How's it going, guys? Julian Bradley here. I hope you're having a great Christmas so far. And in today's jazz piano Christmas lesson, I'm actually going to do a jazz piano Christmas medley. A medley is one song going into another song, going into another song. So first of all, I'm going to perform the medley and then I'm going to slow it down. So if you want to really learn this piece and study the notes which I'm playing, go to the end of the video where I'll be playing it slowly. So, to start with, we have We Wish You a Merry Christmas. And because this is a stepwise melody, I thought that block chords would work really well. Now, block chords are where you take two chords, C major 6 and B diminished 7, so these two chords, and you go up playing them in inversion. So it's just these two chords, and what you do is you take the melody note. If it's one of these four notes, you play C major 6, and if it's one of these four notes, you play B diminished 7. So what you do, the melody note is G, you just work down the notes of C major 6, you play it downwards like this. Then it goes to F, you work down the notes of B diminished 7, like this. Next melody note is E, work down the notes. Next melody note is D, work down the notes. And you come up with this pattern. But then I go one step further and I play what's called drop 2 to each of these chords. Drop 2 is where you take the second to top note, in this case E, and you drop it down an octave. You play it like this. Then you do the same for B diminished, you take the second to top note, bring it down an octave. And the reason for doing this is it gives more space for the melody to be heard. Because otherwise the melody can get a bit muddy with the chord. So instead, I've just taken the second to top note of each voicing, moved it down an octave. That's called drop 2. Some nice chords there. We have a G sus4 chord, just F major 7 played over G. That's a nice one. Series of 2-5-1s, so E minor 7, A7, D minor 7, G7. Those are just 2-5, 2-5. Then we repeat, same exact texture but brought down an octave. transition seamlessly into I'll Be Home for Christmas. There's a few Kenny Barron chord voicings there. D minor 11, stack of fifths from the root, and then find the minor third is F, stack of fifths. Some nice embellishment patterns in my left hand. For a D minor 7, just running up root, fifth, and then a little enclosure up here targeting D, the root. There's another one, C major 7, root 5th, major 7th, and then this half step below, preceding the next root, which is A. So C major 6 chord, just playing up here. I'm always trying to get some high range into my arrangements. Anytime the melody takes a break, I'm usually jumping up, trying to play something up here, whether it's a glitzy solo, just a little lick up here, or in this case, some high range with just this chord, C major 6, just repeating. Then we transition to the next song. Nice D dominant 7 with a flat 9, this E flat. And here we've gone to more of a swing time. Up until now we've been playing ballads in a ballad style where you play in straight time, but now we have a slight swing feel. So a few chords there. C major 7. Tritone substitution here. This is an E flat dominant 7 chord, resolving down to D minor 7. My left hand is often playing root, 5th, root. This is just a technique to add in some movement into your arrangements, especially for ballads. Instead of just sitting on a chord for 4 beats, just play root for 2 beats, 5th for 2 beats, or in this case, root for 1 beat, 5th for 1 beat, root up here for 2 beats. And don't forget you can download some free Christmas jazz piano sheet music, which you can download at the link below. And I'm also going to include some backing tracks. Next song. Again, there's a rest in the melody, so I'm trying to get some more high range. I'm just playing the same notes, major 3rd and major 7th of the chord, A major 7. And again, I'm coming up to the high range. I call these glitzy solos. Anytime the melody has a break, just jump up, just play a simple lick. So here we have the next song. Instead of just staying on C major for 4 bars, I've made a chord progression which goes C major, D minor, E minor, D minor. And then I've arpeggiated the chords, playing root, 5th, 3rd. This is an open chord voicing where you spread out the notes, has a wider sound. Don't worry if you can't stretch a 10th, you just have to hold down the pedal. Clear the pedal, clear the pedal, clear the pedal. So I'm holding down the pedal for each root, 5th and 3rd. Minor 2-5-1, B half diminished, E dominant 7, going to A minor 7, the 1 chord. There's an embellishment pattern again, root, 5th, 7th of the chord, and then F going to F sharp. Pause. So this is the end. We know we're going to C major to end on a C major chord, but at the end of major songs, I like to add in this reharmonization. So you have the 2, 5, so D minor 7 going to G dominant 7, going to the 1 chord, C major or C major 6, but I like to add in a chord which is D flat major 7. So it's like the 1 chord but up a half step. You play this D flat major 7. I often use this reharmonization at the very end of a major song. So just before we end on the 1 chord, just place this chord in. Here we go. D flat major 7. I have this voicing. Again, I go up, repeat it, up 2 octaves. Just add some high range, and then we resolve down a half step to our 1 chord, C major 7. And I just hold down the pedal and I basically just start running up notes of C Lydian scale. That's how I like to end any major song. You can't really go wrong. Just make sure you're using notes from C Lydian scale over this ending chord, which is C major 7. So in this case, I played root 5th, 9th, which is basically a good foundation. It could be root 5th root. And then I just start running up these notes. It's basically E minor pentatonic scale. Just keep repeating it. Now I like to end on the sharp 4. It's just a nice tonal color. Now, if you have a piano playing friend who you think would enjoy this Christmas medley, I'd really appreciate if you could share this video with them. And don't forget, you can download some free Christmas jazz piano sheet music, some arrangements from me, plus some jazz piano drum tracks for you to play along to. You can download that for free at the link below.